What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Spadio, and welcome to October's monthly discussion. Since I couldn't really find any artwork Halloween related that I liked, I decided to take a screenshot of this ugly yet beautiful world, which is basically the only, this is literally one of the only scenes that looks somewhat Halloween-like. So it is what it is. At any rate, what happened this month? Honestly, for me, this month was mainly just wait, and wait. Till hell is over. So basically all I really did this month was wait till basically the 18th and 19th of October. Not gonna say what I went through on those days, but I had to go through hell nonetheless. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but still, I simply was waiting for those 2 days to come and pass away. I was waiting for those days to just tick away. That's all this month really was. For me. So, in order to kill basically 18 to 19 days, I simply BadeSwants. I BadeSwats Let's Plays like crazy. I think I watched maybe 300 videos this month. And that's YouTube videos only. And I watched a lot. And honestly, I was also trying to play catch up with some of the Let's Plays that I've been watching. Still have a lot of catching up to do. It never stops, I swear. But at any rate, binge watched some Let's Plays. For once, I ended up watching a lot of movies. I rarely watch movies. I may watch 1 or 2 movies a year. So, this month I definitely watched a lot. I watched about 10 or 12 movies this month, which is a lot for me. I ended up watching, hang on, what was it called? Yeah, I'm going to my Facebook real quick. Oh my god, what was it called again? Medea's Boo or something? Let it load real quick. Oh yeah, for once I actually have coffee with me. It's been who knows how long since I've actually had coffee with me during a video. It's been too fucking long. Scrolling down real quick. I don't know if it's just me, but Facebook lags like fucking hell. It takes forever for anything to load. Which is fucking ridiculous. How long is it going to take to fucking load? Alright, there it is. one of the movies I watched, this one was literally the last one I watched. It's called Taylor Prairie, I think it's the last name. Taylor Prairie's Boo, a Medea Halloween. I ended up watching that movie. And now that I've said it, I can hide this from my fucking timeline. I hate it when other shit pops up on my timeline. I only kept it there so I could remember the name for the monthly discussion. Delete. Now that's over with. What other movies did I watch that I can remember the names of? Ended up finally watching the movie Sing. It was a pretty decent watch overall. I honestly thought it would play out a little differently. But instead it actually surprised me. I thought it would be like a flat out singing competition, and at the end, everyone who participates finds out that the reward money, it was supposed to be lower than what it was. And everyone gets mad. But no, instead the entire fucking building just collapses. And everyone's happy about the whole thing in the end. I was like, what? Definitely not what I was expecting, so overall, it was a pretty decent watch. Also ended up watching, I think it was called Mike and Terry Need Wedding Dates. I think it's what it's called. That movie was honestly actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, that movie was pretty good. It was pretty funny, let's just say that. Also watched a movie called Bad Moms. Apparently there's a Christmas movie coming out. And honestly, Bad Moms Christmas is a movie coming out later this year. I'm definitely interested in watching it. After watching the regular Bad Moms movie. It was pretty good overall. It definitely piqued my interest. Enough to where I'd want to watch the second movie. Whenever that comes out. I think that comes out next month. Or maybe December, who knows. Ended up kind of watching a movie called Max Steel. That movie's bad. So bad to where I didn't even pay attention to watching it. I couldn't even follow the fucking plot. And it was a stupid overall. It's fucking ridiculous. So I quit watching that about halfway through. The only movie I didn't complete watching. I also mostly watched a movie simply because nothing was on TV. And the moment I turned it on, I was just, oh no, I was hooked to continuing watching this. But I ended up watching Superman / Batman The Apocalypse. I think that's what it was called. That movie was actually pretty good. It was an animated movie on Teletoon. Ended up watching pretty much all of it. The only time I didn't watch it, or at the very least hear the voices, was because I was listening to music. Overall, it was actually a pretty decent movie. Didn't think it would be as mature as it was, to say the least. Considering I was hooked to watching it, I say it was pretty good. It was pretty good overall. The ending for it was stupid though. Your boy Superman and his quote-unquote cousin go to meet Superman's parents down the sticks. Out of nowhere, the main villain destroys the door inside Superman's parents' house. And before you know it, a giant fight breaks down. Superman gets blasted into the fucking atmosphere. His cousin fights. Pretty much a lot of shit gets destroyed. In the end, they meet Superman's parents, and the movie just ends in complete fucking silence, with the parents staring at the destroyed house of theirs. It was funny but stupid at the same time. Overall, it was a pretty good watch. What other movies did I watch that I can remember? I forget the name of it, but I did end up watching a boxing movie about, you can probably figure out who I'm referring to, or the movie I'm referring to. It was based on real events, a real story. It was essentially about a boxer who made a miraculous comeback story after getting in a car accident and fracturing their neck and somehow making a full recovery while working out in the basement. And before you know it, they're back to normal, and they come back into the boxing ring, and make an epic comeback. All I know is the actual events happened, I think, in 1989, and the comeback happened in 1990. I think. I might be completely wrong. It was around that time frame, I know that much. For the real event, at least. This was a retelling of sorts. It was a pretty good movie overall. Couldn't watch a few parts though. Had to look away. The gory hospital parts. Removing, what was it, bolts or whatever from someone's skull. And all the fucking blood and shit. And the whole surgery and all that. I can't watch that type of shit. I just can't. I gotta look away from that stuff. I hate gory shit. And anything horror-like. That's why I hate Halloween in October. I fucking hate all the Halloween shit that fucking appeals. But at any rate, end up watching a boxing movie. I'm pretty sure there are a few other movies I watched, but I can't remember the names of. So let's just move on. Instead of me thinking for about 15 minutes in dead silence. Gaming wise, what happened? Ended up playing a small amount of Persona 3 FES. I think I only went up like 2 or 3 floors in Tartarus, and that was about it. So there was that. Played some Persona 5 second playthrough. I ended up playing at least 2 hours of NFL 18. Hockey NFL 18 for the PlayStation 4. Oh yeah, I also got a PlayStation 4 finally this month. I ended up getting that on the 20th of October. So literally the day after I went through hell. So in a way you could say it was like my little reward for surviving it. So yeah, I got a PlayStation 4. NFL 18 came with the PlayStation 4. And honestly, I still don't really know how the game works per se. But I definitely got hooked to it to the point where I played at least 2 hours of just playing the game. It was pretty good out of what I played of it. Don't really understand the rules of hockey too much. I know stuff like slap shots, and you simply gotta get the puck to your opponent's goal and score. Pass to teammates, that sort of stuff. But the actual fine details and stuff, not really. Like what's a foul and all that stuff. I'm not really a fan of hockey too much. So yeah, played some hockey. And I played and beat Ratchet& Clank The Reimagining. This was my first time ever playing through a Ratchet& Clank game. This is literally my first time playing through a Ratchet& Clank game. My first experience. I watched some playthroughs of Ratchet & Clank, the original, and the Reimagining, but never actually played a Ratchet & Clank game myself. What were my thoughts on the game? Honestly, I got the game on the 20th, the same day I got the PlayStation 4. I beat the game 6 days later. So on the 26th, I beat the game. Which is fucking surprising. First off, Ratchet & Clank's a platformer / shooter. I suck at shooters, and I suck at platformers. How the fuck did I beat the game? Especially in under a fucking week. Like, what? I ended up getting every gold bolt. Ended up doing every planet. And overall, I believe I have 51% trophy completion. I know for a fact I played on normal difficulty, but somewhere down the line, I noticed that it was on casual. What the fuck? But it is what it is. It is what it is. Ended up beating the game somehow. I only rage quit once throughout the 6 days. And it was on the second last planet. Oh, this is a certain part on that planet that just pissed me the fuck off. I got through the part quite a few times, or made a significant amount of progress, but in the end, there was a gap that you could just fall through and die, and I kept on forgetting about it. So by the time I got halfway through the part I got stuck at, and eliminated most of the difficult enemies, I moved forward and fell and fell and fell. It was funny, but it pissed me the fuck off. Like, oh my god. You make progress, but you lose it because you forget you can fall if you keep walking. Oh my god. So eventually I rage quit, came back to that part a day later, and beat it after failing again another few times. Like, oh, that was just difficult. It's hard for me to describe the part I was at. But anyway, there was at least one part of the game that I got stuck at and rage quit. The only thing left I really have to do in the game is somehow get the rest of the holo cards. I've almost got all of them. So I'm like trying to get the Rhino weapon and another weapon which I don't know what it is or how to get. I'm only missing 2 weapons and I think 10 or 20% holo card completion. So I'm like pretty close to 100%ing the game. And on top of that, I probably could have easily gotten the trophy for manually completing all the hacking sections of the game. There are only like 2 or 3 parts to that I just said fuck it and just let the game do it for me. So yeah, I definitely could have figured them out. It probably just would have taken a long time. But also, the hardest part about Ratchet and Clank the Reimagining for me wasn't the part that I rage quit at. It was the grind rail. The grind rail was the most annoying fucking part. I couldn't comprehend it. For the life of me, I couldn't figure it out. And honestly, the guardrail section were probably what made the game go to casual automatically. Because I died that fucking much. Oh, yeah. The thing that screwed me over the most was just how do you switch guardrails? I could jump, I could hit pretty easily, but switching guardrails I couldn't figure out. Until, ironically enough, after several trial and errors on the guardrail section of the final boss of the game, I then realized how the fuck it worked. Came back to the hardest guardrail section of the game after beating the game. And it was free after I realized it. You simply just, once you see rats move to the left or right, when his head is pointing left or right, and you're close to a guardrail, click X. That's all it is. I was thinking you had to click and point in the direction that you want to go at the exact same time. That was my fucking problem. Oh my god. So that was definitely the hardest part of the game. So just, yeah. Played Ratchet Clank and beat it. That's another game I can add to the games I've beaten this year. At any rate, what other games did I play this month? Played a good chunk of Conception 2. Maybe some Rebirth 2. Yeah, I definitely played some Rebirth 2. Just not too much. Did some things off screen, but that's about it, I think. At any rate, I also ended up playing some Super Robot Tyson OG Saga Endless Frontier. And I finally know how to say the name of the fucking game. Ever since I came across the game, I always called it Super Robot 10... Wait. Yeah, I was right. I always used to call it Super Robot... I'm fucking messing up because I'm saying the name of the game correctly now. What did I used to call it? Oh yeah, right, Super Robot Tyson. Super Robot Tyson OG Saga Endless Forester. That's what I used to call it. But it's Super Robot Tensei OG Saga Endless Frontier. So at least I know how to say the name of the game now. Played some of that on emulator, I believe. Hang on, I can check that with YouTube. Real quick. If the video went up this month, that means I played it on emulator. I already forget. Oh no, that was last month. My bad. But I did, however, play some of it on the 3DS, even though it's a DS game. Ended up beating a super hard boss. I'd use all my resources. So I literally only played the game to beat one boss fight. So yeah, I played some of that. Also played a lot of EES. What the fuck am I thinking of? I played Is 8 Lacrimosa of Donna. I'm pretty sure I put in at least almost 10 hours into the game this month. And honestly, that's a lot, I feel. Maybe I put in more. Who knows? At any rate, played a lot of that game lately. I'm definitely enjoying it, that's for sure. Finally ended up getting through the nameless slasher arc, I guess you could say. Which is a pretty interesting arc overall. It's an interesting part in the game, that's for sure. Like, I also ended up, I believe yesterday, finally getting past the halfway point of the game, I'm pretty sure. Surpassing Jondawn. Jondawn's the name of the mountain. That was an interesting boss battle last night. With Chicken Dragon over there. That fight must have went for like 45 minutes. Or something. That was a long fight. Overall, I'm at least at the halfway point in the game now. And on top of all of the gaming and everything else, something else did actually happen this month. A few things actually. One, and how the fuck did I forget? What the actual fuck? You know what, while I'm remembering, I'm just going to remember this. And just say this. Ended up getting a... What would you call that again? It stared me right in the fucking face. Laser lights? Laser beam? Laser blade? I don't fucking know. Those little laser light things. I ended up getting one of those this month for the hell of it. Simply because... And I still don't remember what I was going to say before. The laser light thing. There's not much else to really talk about this month. So let's just wrap things up here. So till next time, stay golden.